Hello friends in Dublin, hello friends in Scotland, how are you?
Hola.
We update of the Spanish press these days on Brexit, most of the news. Okay,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
There you go.
Let's start for what the Spanish media didn't report. They didn't report about this.
What's that one? Oh,
Uh,
Tory election fraud. What a surprise.
Not a single line on this. You wonder why? But all about the Spanish press is the Brexit campaign, but very focused on the England campaign, the English campaign. Not a single word about Northern Ireland, neither Wales or Scotland. And that's curious because there's some interesting articles like this. Douglas is going to
Brexit
translate.
o como consumar una estupidez histórica. A historic stupidity. How to consume it.
It's a very good article, very critical on Brexit. And also there are some articles and editorial from the El Mundo against Cameron. Cameron ha demostrado irresponsabilidad con este referéndum.
Very irresponsible.
You can notice how angry some people are with Cameron and this referendum. There's a lot of news about the way of how the people get the figures and facts.
Anarchy in the UK facts.
And obviously the Project Fear campaign about the
La gran
The challenge
industria
of-
europea defiende una Europa unida frente al risco del Brexit. The great European industry defends a united Europe against the risk of Brexit. London pride, hey?
Yeah. We could see this guy with a huge big
Toady
set,
from
you know.
Toad Hall himself. What's Mr. Farage saying now? Cameron tiene a todo el establishment de su lado. Nosotros al pueblo. We've got the people and he's got the establishment.
And
Hmm.
there's some curiosity on the way they report the situation of Corbyn and all of this debate. So, and the relationship between Tories and Labour, and I guess the Scottish experience of the Scottish Labour campaigning with the Tories has a lot to do with this kind of headlines.
Cameron's called, the radical mayor of London. He's now his best friend, eh? There you are. Before he was a terrorist, now he's, hey, my buddy.
This is the La Razón, the far right-wing newspaper, and this headline is amazing. It's
The Labour mayor and Muslim to the rescue of Cameron.
Yeah.
Yes. Interesting little juxtaposition here. They're interested in their historic pals, I suppose.
And also El Mundo, do you remember the editorial of the El Mundo? Very, very responsible. Cameron has the support now from Sadiq Khan. I was telling you the Corbyn situation on all over this debate is curious because you can see some headlines about what Corbyn is doing about Brexit.
Is Corbyn the camouflage defender of Brexit? Well, the curious thing about Jeremy Corbyn, I don't know if you know his brother Pierce Corbyn, is a weatherman. He is the guy who gets the weather absolutely correct. And if you ever visit his site, I think it's called weatheraction.com. He's very, very, very interesting. Scientist who does not believe in global warming and explains it all quite interesting. But he is a fervent defender of the leave. He wants to leave. So that's his older brother in the family. We don't know. Hey, families, you never know. Your family can be, I mean, do you remember how we were all torn apart in IndieRef? You know,
Well,
not really.
this headline was from La Razón, again, calling more.
The reason, you know, that
Calling
very
him-
reasonable right wing.
Yeah. The other
Newspaper.
right-wing newspaper is the ABC, and the ABC is Corbyn reacts to the critics for his passivity.
I think Jeremy couldn't care less, really. I get that impression.
But next day, the day after this, you can see Corbyn is on holidays.
He's gone on holiday. Do you know what? His brother Tully told him that Central Europe's going to be very nice this couple of weeks. Get onto Piercy's site, eh? If you want to know the weather. There's no little shrinking maps of Scotland in that site.
The immigration issue is very important on all these headlines and the news that you can see and listening to the Spanish TV. The immigration issue is the key.
There's a
of
detailed
everything.
plan about immigration from the Brexit.
And
The detail is that they're just not coming in.
And
Full
you don't
stop.
know how,
No?
but the Spanish situation, the Spanish position, the official Spanish position of Brexit is all over the news. But we don't have an official speech here from Brexit. Well, in fact, Mariano Rajoy said he's against Brexit.
Did he say that?
Yes, but we don't know why.
Why?
We can see some headlines on Twitter about the Spanish position.
I thought he was going to send us all home.
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm
said,
trying to find
he
out.
said, hey, you,
I'm trying
get
to.
out of here.
I'm trying to find out what is going on with this and why you can see some news on United Kingdom from Spain because we don't know.
Points for your license to live in the UK.
Can you imagine Spaniards driving in the UK?
Well, I can't imagine Spaniards driving,
yeah.
actually, but
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, you can. Of course, you can. Okay.
Roundabouts.
So, what about Scotland? Well, we have a wee detail that Douglas just found. Donald Trump is going to visit Scotland, but they say the day after the Brexit referendum.
But he's coming the day before. That's a bit dodgy, isn't it?
And this headline is the OK Diario.
Yeah, they think he's coming the day after as well. But he's coming the day before. So are we going to
Yes.
get wall-to-wall Donald in Scotland, Brexit, mega, the day before the referendum?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And just one line about the
Immigrants,
Scottish,
blah, blah, blah.
the Scottish decision on the Scottish Parliament about fracking.
Oh,
This is the moratorium fracking, and it's about the
Well,
when
we-
the
we
SNP
already did
approved-
that.
Yes,
This is old news.
it's all news exactly. They could you translate this?
they put a moratorium on fracking and they will consult the people. Another referendum?
Well, there was the
Frack
referendum on fracking that SNP announced months ago. And this week we can see the Scottish Parliament votes against fracking. Okay, so I know there's a polemic on this vote and on the SNP policies, but you can see the
Well, we
all
know
news.
why.
They announced a referendum, and there's not a single word about
The
this
ban can be challenged legally. The moratorium stops it effectively.
Aha. And finally,
And they're not going to vote against a ban, so they abstained.
yeah. And finally, of course, here we are again. Ta-ta! Catalonia in the middle of everything. Okay.
Those Catalans. Where's Puigdemont? What's he saying this week?
So,
El Brexit podría impulsar el independentismo en Catalunya. Why?
project affair all over again.
Okay.
So, for me, it's very curious that the only voices that can avoid the UK for leaving the European Union are the voices who are not in the newspapers. Alex Salmon.
I didn't see
Nicola,
anything there. Did you see
no,
anything?
No,
Did you
no,
see anything
no,
about Nicola?
Not a
Nothing.
single word, just the fear about independence and all of this issue. But not a single word about Alex Salmon debating with Ian Duncan Smith, or the debate the next week
With
where
Boris and-
Nicola will be, I'm sure, brilliantly
That'll be interesting.
debating with Boris
Boris
Johnson.
against Nicola.
So let's see if the Spanish media reports these debates on these debates.
I can just see Nicola, like, you know, like Muhammad,
I should
like
say
that
yes.
butterfly, that indie ref butterfly.
Oh, you know, First
the
Minister, of
the
course.
butterfly revolution, stinging him.
And I will, within, we'll be following the Yes National Register. Congratulations on this initiative.
You'll have to get old Solidarity back on the go, I think.
Indeed, we'll be here to support
The
you.
international view,
And we'll hear again.
international support.
We'll be here again to update the newspapers in Spain about the United Kingdom Brexit and, of course, about Scotland. So, see you until next video. Bye. Take care.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Gaelic.
Aquí va.
Ekeba.